Hello everybody, Wild Tracker here, and welcome to another episode here on the new Eriador server, playing some 1.11.2 Minecraft. Yes, and as you can see, we've got some new friends here, as you would have seen from those clips beforehand, and I've got to say, this one is my new favourite. I mean, I like the white ones and all that, and the grey one is kind of cute, and the cream one is, yeah, kind of nice, but this brown one, definitely my favourite. Not sure what's my favourite outfit though, because I must admit this with the eyes, the glasses is pretty cool. But I'm liking that one too. I'm not sure. What's your favourite? Tell me in the comments below. Tell me what's your favourite colour on these guys. But I think you're looking pretty cool there, mate. Yeah, you are. So we've got all 4 colours now for sale. So that's all the colours in the game, shall we say. I went out and found some more after flying around and finishing off the map, so I'll put those in here as well. So we've now got all of these filled with different ones. So we've got a couple of spare white ones here, but the rest of them all here. So we have grey llamas, we have brown llamas, we have white llamas, and we have cream llamas. Or creamy, shall we say. So yeah, and that's pretty good. And look, we've already made 4 diamonds. Nice. So that was JavaDad. He popped over and got himself a couple of llamas, so pretty cool. Thanks for that, JD. And we need to pop over and see JavaDad actually, because we need to finish off that area we've got over here, which is the sewers. You remember we started it and our episode got so rudely interrupted. But yeah, so we need to do that. If I can fly, and I can. Yeah, so he's going to be over here now, and we are going to do a little bit of expansion on this. So here we are down here, and there's JD. Hey JD, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm not so bad, So you've come over here to help me a little bit out with a little project we've been kind of mulling some ideas over, haven't we? So it's yeah, so basically this is the sewers, which is it's a triple spider spawner farm. So where we can get some XP if we don't want to go to the end farm, or if we want to get some string. It's a cool little thing, but as you can see, it's not quite finished. And my idea, and I've started doing some stuff at the top, but my idea is really to try and expand this sewer system. So what would be really cool is if we can link this sewer up to your wool farm, which isn't too far here, and also the mine shafts, which aren't too far from here, are they? So I thought that would be quite cool to hook up. What do you think?
Yeah, that would also give me a nice safe way to get back home from the nether portal.
That's true, yes, because you've got the nether portal here and you haven't got one at the farm, have you? So
I don't.
Right, Paul Monroe's having a little bit of problem with zombies, but he's alright, he's doing fine. Right, so what I thought we would do is, because both your farm and the mines are over in this direction over here. So what would be good is to try and work out putting a sort of a bit like that waterfall over there opposite us. If we kind of have that coming out into here, we could then have a sewer heading off in that direction to your farms, which I think would be quite cool.
Okay. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, so I'm thinking somewhere around here, and probably because we want it to look nice, possibly that's probably one too many, but around about there I think would be quite good, because it's kind of offset from the channel behind you, and it's about the level of where the spiders come up here, and it won't interfere with the redstone at the top, which I think would be quite good. So how does that suit you? Do you think, well, there's lava there?
Oh, look out.
Now, why is there lava? There shouldn't be lava there, should there? No, I think someone's just storing lava, so let's see if we can't get rid of it. And there's more. I think this is remnants of lava when we dug this thing out. So that might be a challenge, by the way, when we're doing this, is we might find we come over some lava levels. But yeah, I think this would probably be a good place to bring it out. Now what we need to do is actually work out where we are, because as you know, we don't have coordinates on this server, so
yeah,
this makes it
a little bit challenging.
It does, because when all these modern engineers build tunnels, and like they built the Channel tunnel from England to France, they built it from both ends and they met in the middle, so somehow we've got to figure out where this is in relation to your sheep farm and see if we can make some tunnels meet in the middle. So it's
okay.
Now the way I was thinking to do it, we could count it block by block. We could just literally walk from, you know, here to your place and sort of count 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks this way, then 5 blocks that way, then 3 more blocks, you know, and do it that way. But that's a little bit extreme. What we really need to do, and I'm going to get a pen and paper at this point, because that's what we really need. Because if we press F3, we do actually have the chunk relative position, which essentially is our position relative to the chunk we're standing in at the moment. So I know where I am, and if I move in this direction, I can see the chunk relative position goes from 15. So I'm actually on a chunk border, funny enough. So this is a new chunk, that's a chunk. So what it means is I can work out, if I go in this direction and I come opposite to where you are, so which is just about here, we've gone, I don't think we've gone an entire chunk, have we? No. 4, 5, 6, so that's 0, that's 15. So when we actually get to 15 over this side, we would be in a new chunk. So we're only in 12 at the moment, 13, 14, 15. So this block, which I can't place a block down, we are literally one chunk away from there. So if we count chunks rather than blocks, that should be fairly easy then for us to work out where your sheep farm is. Okay. In theory, so it should be easier to count anyway than trying to count individual blocks and lose control, because we can then work out where we are relative to the chunk above ground and that sort of thing. But I think what we do need to do before we start working all that out is actually take a look at your farm and have a look and see where we can how we can connect this sewer system to your farm and make it look good, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's head over there, and then we'll come back when we're there. Okay. So here we are over at your farm, which is I really like the style of this building. Actually, it works really well with the other one over there that Dadcraft did, doesn't it?
Yeah, I tried to tie him in. I was gonna have a steeper roof, and I just didn't like the way that it looked for a farm, so I modified it some and tried to keep the same style. Yeah,
well, I think you got the same style and made it a unique building, which is really good. So just wanted to show the guys who are watching this what we've done, because obviously this is where the sheep farm is. This is where we need to bring the tunnel to, but we've got to try and work out how to do that, and we're talking about using chunks. So you might see these pillars that we've put here. So we've got some stone pillars, and then over here we've got another one which happens to sit on this wall, and then in a direct line with that we've got more walking all the way back here. I think there's about 5 or 6 actually, and this just literally marks each chunk as we do it. And then if we come over here, we're then on a direct line. This one here actually is a direct line back to the one through our tunnel. In fact, we've brought it over the top of the mountain, but yeah, they go all the way back until it sits right on top of where the tunnel's going to come out. So what it does is it gives us a visual of how this is going to work, but also it gives us a sort of, we don't need to count blocks underground and things like that. We can just literally now know where this last marker is, and if we find the same position of that underground, we can then kind of go in that direction towards the mine in 5-6 chunks, how many of it is, and then go in the direction of the spider farm in the same amount, and we, in theory, should just come out where we planned it. So that's the theory. But let's go down and have a look at your farm, because I haven't really had a good look at this. So perhaps you can take me down and show me how this the sheep farm thing works, because it's AFK, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And as you can see, I haven't decorated the upstairs.
It's nice. Yes, it's minimalist. That's
yeah, a very open feel.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of takeaways, no cooker. Okay.
Right. So down below are all of the sheep, obviously.
Yeah.
So if you wind around down here.
A rainbow of sheep.
Yep. I've separated the sheep into 2 categories.
Okay.
The ones over here on this side that I'm at.
Yeah.
Are all of the ones that use lapis.
Okay, so that the difficult coloured ones, because you'd end up using lots of lapis. Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of lapis on me, so I figured if I put all those over there, then I wouldn't have to recolor them.
Yeah.
And the ones on the other side are all of the other colors that you can color. If you need a whole bunch of white, just color them all white.
Okay, so you can change the colours of these before you start shearing them, basically. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. So it's and what are they, just on a little elevator? So they're pushing themselves along, are they?
Yeah. Yep, that's all that they do. The water, there's water at this end over here, and there's water up above.
Okay.
I think right up above right here.
Yeah.
And that just pushes them all along, and they bump into each other and push themselves around.
So it's all based on quantity of sheep, and these, so it's that momentum. They come into the water, they climb up the ladder, they then get pushed along because there's water there, and then even if they fight it, it doesn't matter because they still get pushed along.
Yep.
Yeah. And then where do you shear them?
You just put, you empty all your stuff into here just in case something bad happens.
Yeah.
Which hasn't happened to me yet, but you never know.
Well, you've got it secure down here, haven't you? Iron doors and all that kind of stuff. So it's
yeah. So you just flip the switch on, and these dispensers down here are full of shears, and they pop one out every few seconds.
Okay.
So then you just do the hold your right mouse button down while you're in one of these little compartments.
Yeah.
And everything, all the wool pops off and goes under the floor.
Okay.
Around back this way, back behind the wall, back behind the other wall, and goes into my item sorter.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you've got a few sheep hiding at the moment, a few scapies.
Yeah. I haven't taken the time to put those back in the loop yet. And it seems to work without them, so I may just keep them as spare breeders or something.
Yeah, if you ever need them again. But then you can always rebreed more in here if you need to, don't you? So it's in the event of all these literally die, but I can't see that, hopefully. So it's that's really cool. What's through here? Let's have it. Oh,
back in there is my dye farm.
Nice. So all your 2 high dyes you can bone meal. Yeah.
Yep. You can pretty much get all of the colors except for the ones that are blue based.
All right. So this is your base palette.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Pretty much. Underneath where you're standing are hoppers. So when the cactus grows up, it pops off and goes down there.
Oh, nice.
And ends up in this chest over here.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Nice bit of that's been going quite well, hasn't it?
Yeah, I have way more cactus than I need.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay. Well, I think what we need to do is try and find an area down here where we can sort of get your tunnel coming out, and then I think we'll get working on that, and then come back.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So we've been really busy here in the sheep farm. Over here in this area back here is going to be kind of a food and watering area, I suppose. And I thought that it would look neat if the water comes out from the wall just like in a thin stream like that and flows back into the sewer system. So I'm going to take that out for now, but you can see
You don't
you
want.
can see what it looks like, just so we don't have to walk through it.
Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? Because I think it's quite important when we're doing builds like this that we try and make it realistic. Because it's not, yes, we want a tunnel for you to get from here to the farm so you can get to the portal, but it's nice if it actually fits into your world, doesn't it? If it has a sort of
Yeah,
a story.
absolutely.
So
Yeah, not just have a hole in the wall,
yeah.
but have a reason for a hole in the wall.
Yeah, so it's like an imaginary water stream coming down here, and then it empties out into this just tiny little hole that we've made.
Yeah.
Just a small hole.
It goes,
We haven't done much
goes
between
all,
cuts.
goes all the way down. I'm gonna have water coming from over here too, so that it ties in and widens a little bit down here, and goes all the way down, and goes to the intersection where it's eventually going to drop off and tie in with the spider farm tunnel.
Yeah, because this is a bit we haven't done. So we've done that sort of big intersection there, and we're going to have all these little sort of tunnels where water's going to be coming out, a bit like we've got over in the spider farm, isn't it? So we're just going to have those imaginary. But down here, we've then got there's going to be a big drop. So this we need still to widen this and work out how the whole thing is going to fit in, and then we've got another tunnel down here. So, but it worked. Those brick blocks are directly above our head, and the whole thing works nicely. So that's good. The other thing we have to do as well is, and you having problems?
I am. I just lost internet connection.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm back though.
You're back. That's
I'm
good.
back now.
Yeah. So we've obviously got this along here, but the one thing we're going to have to do, I've started sort of doing this wall with the cracked brick and the mossy bits, so that's something we'll have to finish up with, I think, is replacing a lot of this, because without it looks really plain, doesn't it? But as soon as you add that kind of stuff in at this end, it just makes a huge difference, doesn't it? Just those few little blocks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if you noticed up above, but something else that I've done was just take a block out and put a sideways stair, and it
Okay.
leaves a little hole.
Yeah, I did that in my I've got, I don't know if you've done the geocaches that I set up, but
I haven't. I've seen those, but I haven't. I
yeah,
didn't know
you should
what they were all about.
you should try them. That's they're a lot of fun. But in the I've got a huge chamber, the Lara one. There's a huge chamber, and I've done a similar thing where I've been using the steps just to make sort of gaps, and as if it's crumbling wall, an old wall, isn't it? So it's it works really well. But let's just go down here, and hopefully, well, we know hopefully because we've dug it. But yeah, it came out perfectly where we wanted it to. So and it makes a nice little walkway round here, then, doesn't it? So, and we won't leave this this nice stuff here as a bridge. We'll put something more decent in. So, but yeah, we'll probably just use things like the trapdoors, or you can just sort of jump across if you want to. But that's yeah. And yeah, it brings you out on the farm, which is really cool. So hopefully, and what would be nice as well is because once it's finished, a bit like this tunnel I'm looking down now, there's not much lighting in there because it's pretty spawn proof. This is the whole concept of this, is it will be spawn proof. It needs to be a little bit dark and sort of imagine light sewer. So we'll have the occasional roof lights as well. We haven't put any of those in, but I've got one or two down that tunnel. So we'll have the occasional one of those, but it should look really good and sort of dark because we're on half slabs here, so nothing can spawn. So yeah, I'm really pleased how it's looking. I think it's amazing what you can achieve in a short space of time.
Yeah. Thanks to all of your digging and planning
Yeah.
up above.
Well, I think the beacon helps as well, having a beacon.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
okay, so I think what we're going to do is I think we need to just carry on working on this and seeing how far we can get. We've got a little bit more work and planning to do, so I think we'll crack on with that, and then yeah, hopefully show you guys the results.
Yeah, sounds good.
As you can see, we have created a little bit more space down here and a little bit more space up there. So yeah, I've spent some time digging this out. Unfortunately, JavaDad had some problems in the fact that the I think he said he's got ice storms where he is. I mean, we're getting excited that we might get like a centimetre of snow later today, but JavaDad, he's having ice storms and God knows what else over there in America. And yeah, it meant that his power went off in his town, unfortunately. So and he didn't have a connection, so I just carried on digging, and I've just sort of come back to have a look, see where we've got to, and he's put a few things in. I like that. He's put some nether brick up in the ceiling there, which makes it nice and dark, but that looks really, really cool. So yeah, and I think he started working on some water down there, but I'm not going to go down there. You can go and watch JavaDad's video or next video in terms of that. So go and check his channel out. Don't forget to subscribe to him if you're not, because I guess some of you won't be, but do. So yeah, and we've got a lot of the work of this done. There's still a lot more to do, because obviously we need to change over the bricks, we need to sort of make some crack bricks and all that kind of stuff, but I guess we'll kind of do that bit over time. Really, the bulk of the work is done in here, and then we're just going to obviously get some water in here, but I'm just letting JavaDad do his little designs now, do his little features, because he's the one that's really going to be using this tunnel. But I think he looks really good, and I think he's going to be a real asset to the rest of the tunnels. And hopefully we can add more of these, and you know, even if they don't necessarily go to places as such, but might, you know, maybe we'll create some sewers that go to rooms where people live, or you know, where things are stored. I don't know. So maybe you got some suggestions you want to leave down in the comments below, then please do. And if you've enjoyed this video, then please leave a like as well. It really, really does help. So that'll be gratefully received, as they say. So, but that leaves me to say thank you very much. Thanks to JavaDad for helping me out today. It was a lot of fun working on this together, and hopefully we'll do some more projects in the near future as well. And thanks to you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon here on New Eriador. Thanks. Bye bye.